Welcome to Ivanoff Retirement Insights with Paul and Travis Ivanoff. The father and son team at Ivanoff Advisors has been helping clients grow and protect their wealth with a combined 50 years experience. Paul and Travis understand the importance of having tax-free, reliable income in retirement, protecting your assets, and helping you achieve your retirement dreams. Now, Ivanoff Retirement Insights.
Welcome into another episode of Ivanoff Retirement Insights. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. My name is Allie Mack, and you can get more information at ivanoffinsights.com. Travis, how you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing, Allie?
I'm doing very well. We're going to jump into a topic today that pretty much everyone goes in on day one of their job and they sign up for, and that is the 401k. So we're going to take this super basic. What is a 401k? How does it work?
Sure. It's usually a vehicle that, a retirement vehicle that employees can start to utilize where they're adding oftentimes tax deferred money into it. So it comes out of their paycheck, and 401ks have taken over pensions. So you are responsible for your own pension at this point. So putting in a 401k, every single paycheck, the hope is eventually you'll have enough in there that when you're ready to retire, you can start distributing from your 401k to now replace your paychecks. And there's tax deferred, meaning, you're not paying taxes on the contribution, but only on the distribution. And then a lot of times there's often now Roth 401k, which is something that a lot of our clients are taking advantage of. So you pay taxes on the seed, but you're not paying taxes on the harvest. So when you pull the money out, it's going to be tax free, which oftentimes that could be beneficial if taxes tend to go up in the, in the future.
So let me ask you about 401ks, because sometimes when you talk to people, they say, oh yeah, I have a retirement plan. I have a 401k. Can you break down why that's not exactly the case? You don't have a plan if you have a 401k.
Correct. Usually, the biggest thing is they're passively managed. There's no rhyme or reason. You're just picking some different allocation options or stocks on a sheet of paper. And, it's not something you're probably trained to do if that's not your specialty. So, they tell you, hey, HR kind of walks in. They tell you you need to sign up for the 401k. You're getting a 5% match, and, you should put in 5% or 10%. And then you ask them, well, what should I choose? And no one really tells you what to do. So you basically have a passively managed account that, you're right, it is not a plan. It's just a way that you can save money and hopefully set up for retirement. But what we do differently and what we encourage our clients as they're putting in their 401k, especially if they're over 59 and a half, you can often access that money. Mm-hmm. Well, oftentimes we will suggest that our clients pull their money out of their 401k so they can get active management and then start to begin a plan. Because accumulation is really the key to 401ks. You're accumulating. There's no one really helping you. You might use passively managed target date funds, etc. Well, once you hit that retirement age or getting close to it, you really need to think more than accumulation. You need to think preservation, distribution, paychecks, etc. And 401ks aren't set up for that, right? They're not truly a plan. Where over at Ivanoff Wealth Management, we're very holistic in our approach, where we need to set up a plan that's going to distribute to you and not just be a passively managed 401k. So it's a great way to get started, and I think that everyone should do it at least up to the match, but it's not going to necessarily set you up for retirement. You need to do a little more than that, and you definitely need to have a plan and start thinking about that.
Yeah, I know that's a topic of conversation, is how much to contribute, and you just said up to the match. Would there be reason to go above that, or are there other options for maybe saving elsewhere?
Absolutely. In our office, a common saying is the purpose of money dictates where you put it. So I start at the match because that's free money. You got to take it. At least take the match. Now, sometimes if you're in a big tax bracket and you really need those tax write-offs, maybe you're going to go much more than the match. Or other times, if you don't really need the 401k because the options are limited, so you take the match, and then we could help you set up a traditional Roth or IRA, or just a traditional IRA, or even a brokerage account. So there are options outside of 401k that we can help clients with, definitely. And the benefit there is usually going to be active management, possibly less fees, as well as, better guidance as you go through retirement.
And one key phrase I heard you mention a couple times about the 401k, because everybody signs up for it, like I mentioned, day one. They just go for it because, hey, the 401k is free. But you mentioned it's passively managed. That means it can't be free, right?
Correct, exactly. So, Actually, we used to have a website that talked all about this, and 60 Minutes did a special about how 401k fees can rob you, because there's 12B1 fees, there's the administrative fees, there's the fund fees. So even though the statements might show just, a minimal amount being pulled from the 401k, there's usually other fees behind the scenes that clients just aren't aware of, that, they're not going to read the prospectus or the statement of additional information. But yeah, it's definitely not free. And then not only is it not free, you're just not getting the guidance, right? I meet several clients that are on the road to retirement. Maybe they're 60 years old and they want to retire at 65, and then they say how conservative they are, and we look at their 401k and it's extremely aggressive, and there's no one there advising them to make a change. So, you're paying for advice through the 401k company, but you're not necessarily getting what's in your best interest, because they're not necessarily retirement experts. But over at Ivanoff Wealth Management, we have many years of experience helping people navigate retirement and making sure they're checking every box in retirement. And that's just not just accumulation. We're talking long-term care, life insurance, guaranteed paychecks, defensive strategies for, portfolio management, etc. And we bring a lot to the table that unfortunately 401ks just aren't going to do. But it is a great way to get started. It just can't, be your end game, because it's not really going to set you up for the long success that you need for retirement planning.
Yeah, there are a lot of aspects that go into it. That's just one piece, one tool that goes into your retirement plan. And you did mention the fees. So I want to bring this up because I know, like you mentioned, nobody's going to go into their prospectus and see exactly what those fees are. How big of a bite can this take out of someone's 401k or other retirement accounts if they're not under the hood, like you guys are over at Ivanoff Wealth Management, seeing what's stacking up on someone?
So this might be a hard number to believe, but I've seen fees as high as 4% in different financial products. As far as the 401k side, it's hard to pinpoint what the total fees are. But for example, just on the holdings, I've seen fees as high as 1% on the expense ratios for the holdings that you select. But hopefully that is not the case for you.
Well, and that's just maddening, because you're clocking in every single day to save up for retirement. It's all getting taken away by these fees you don't even realize are happening in the background. Travis, did we miss anything about the 401k that we need to know?
I just want to make a point, though I'm not a tax professional, and this is something you'd want to talk to them about. So everybody's situation is different, but I would recommend exploring what the Roth options could be with your employer and making sure you are bringing in your accountant to help explore this decision. And at our office, we really like the idea of having a more tax-free income during retirement, and that's what that can do at the 401k. So that's something that's been out there, but a lot of people don't realize it. Required minimal distributions are a thing. So at age 72 to 75, you have to pull money off these 401ks or tax deferred vehicles. So if you have more money into a Roth, there's going to be less you have to, pull from those accounts, and also more tax-free income. So I would really recommend looking at a Roth 401k, but if that's not an option, that's something we help with our clients all the time, open up at least a Roth IRA so you can start saving tax-free rather than tax-deferred.
So if you do have the option of a Roth 401k, Travis, you're saying you should go for it?
I would really recommend clients or employees to look at the Roth option, because it's becoming more and more common to be able to put into a Roth. That's something that we could talk about, but oftentimes it is, a great fit for retirees.
Yeah, it is just important to note that retirement is so specific to every single person that takes that leap. So we want to make sure you get guided advice for you. That's what Travis and the team over at Ivanoff Wealth Management can help you with. Travis, thank you for clearing up the 401k. Again, like I've mentioned a couple times, everyone just signs up day one. You're already nervous about your new job in general, so you're not really looking at the paperwork. So thank you for clearing it up. I appreciate you breaking it down. We are taking retirement bit by bit so that you can understand how to make it all come together for you and your family. If you want to reach out to the team to get more information on Travis, jump online today at ivanoffinsights.com, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Investment advisory services offered through Ivanoff Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor firm. Registration is not an endorsement by security regulators. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities offered through Travis Ivanoff, California CRD number 325275. The firms are separate entities. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company and are not offered by Ivanoff Wealth Management Incorporated. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. Ivanoff Wealth Management is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Ivanoff Wealth Management is licensed in your state, please call 714-553-1490. Ivanoff Advisors is not affiliated with Ivanoff Wealth Management Incorporated. Advisory services are offered by Travis Ivanoff through Ivanoff Wealth Management. Insurance services are offered by Paul Ivanoff through Ivanoff Advisors. The aforementioned are unaffiliated companies.